Welcome to this week's Made for Monday. I think this is episode 4, and we have a jam-packed episode. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about some of the things I've been working on over the weekend, which includes a template that I'm trying to provide, and in that template, it has a slider that begins within the center of the elements within the slider. So say for instance you have 6 items and it will begin within item 3 or 4 and then continue from there with an infinite loop. Then next, I created a sidebar with a fixed sidebar that follows the content as you scroll down. And lastly, I talk about how I began creating personalized content by coupling Knack and Webflow. But before we get into it, let's check out the sketch to show you how I created the fixed sidebar. Let's get into it. So within our project, we'll see that we have a side menu element, and then we have our project elements next to it. And there's going to be 3 side menu elements. There's the first one that is regular and only is displayed when you can see it here. Then we have a position absolute side menu that is displayed once a user gets to the bottom of the section. And then we have a fixed element that only is displayed once a user comes within the section, and this fixed element will follow the user down until it gets to the position absolute element, and then that's when that element is displayed none. So these 2 elements have an interaction on them that hide and show them based on where the user is within the section. Pretty cool. Now let's jump into our Webflow project to really get a good understanding of how this works. Alrighty, so we're now in our Webflow project, but before we jump into how some of these interactions were created, let's get some backstory. So this idea came from a request on our forums to get some insight or some know-how on how to implement some of the templates found on Lappa.ninja. And so I found this template. I thought it would be really cool. The reason why I thought it would be cool was mainly because of this section here. So as you can see, the interaction, once you get to this section, the menu sticks to the side all the way to the top. And as you scroll through the project, it stays there. And then once you get to the bottom, it sticks there and stays. And then I saw this cool interaction and I'm like, definitely can recreate within Webflow. So what I want to show you today is this sidebar menu and also how I created this slider interaction here. Alright, so we're back into our Webflow project. As you can see, I have my hero section completed, and this is the slider. And within this slider, you will notice that I have quite a few elements. I believe I have up to 12 or so elements. But what's really cool is if we preview this, it will show that it not only begins without having to have any click interactions, but it also moves through the slider one item at a time. And you will also see on the live site that I've added some custom code that allows the slider to begin right towards the middle, which is really awesome. So there's no beginning gap. So let's jump into how I created this slider. Alrighty, so we'll go to our first slide item, and as you can see, it is just a regular slide item that has an image inside. What makes this slider different than the others is the slide mask that was added and implemented. So you'll see here this slide mask or logo dash slide dash mask is only 16.666% wide. And that is because I only wanted to have the mask available for each item. And so when the items slide within the mask, they only slide one item at a time. That's the biggest thing that you need to remember if you want to implement this interaction. So now let's jump into the custom code. In the custom code, you'll find that I have, once I get there, I've added this small script here that without having to move the slider at all or have any click interactions, it already begins on the fourth child element. And that's really awesome because, as you can see within the preview, it begins on the first one and there's this huge gap. And so I wanted to have it begin on the fourth one. So then when you look at the live site, it begins almost exactly in the middle and it just begins sliding from there. I thought this was really cool. I found this on the forums, and as always, I would suggest you find many great things on the forums as well, and I'll leave this script in the description below. Alright, now let's get to how I created this fixed sidebar. So as you can see in the structure that there is the sidebar and then there are the projects on the right. But what you're not seeing is within this sidebar, or for this sidebar, I have actually three sidebar menus. So these sidebar menus all have separate interactions that they work for. But within them, they all have a symbol of the menu, so that I only have to change this content once. So the content within the menu, I don't have to locate in a bunch of different areas to make any changes. I just have to find that one symbol and make the change. But what you'll see in the first menu is that it has it is just a regular menu, and there's no display items or display settings on it that make it out of the ordinary. But you'll find on the second menu that it is first has a display hidden, or display none rather, and then it has a position fixed, and it is fixed to the top left. And so the way the interaction occurs, from what we saw in the sketch, is that when a user slides down and gets to the section, that fixed side menu will display and then follow the user down. And then the third menu is the one that is at the bottom. So as you can see, it is position absolute and set to the bottom, and currently set to display none. So as the user scrolls down, the fixed side menu is displayed, follows the user down, and then the fixed side menu is hidden, and the absolute side menu is displayed and shows here. Let's take a look at how this interaction works. So I have the interaction set to be triggered once a user gets to this C select section, and then once they get to that section, the sticky fixed side menu is displayed. As you can see here, it becomes displayed, and then once this section it goes out of view, the fixed side menu is hidden. So once it goes out of view, the fixed side menu is hidden, and then the second absolute side menu is displayed. Pretty cool. So hopefully this was helpful. Now let's check out something that I've been working on that I think you'll really like. So if you go to mrcreate.today/members-only/login, you'll see what I've been working on. So if you haven't already created an account, feel free to do so. And what you'll see here is, actually I'm already logged in, which is awesome. So let me log out and So these, you're getting some idea of something that I've been working on with Knack, and I'll get more into Knack in the coming few days, so you'll really understand. But what you see here is like a login area, and if you have credentials, you can log in here. If you don't have credentials, you can sign up. But I have credentials, and it's free to sign up. What I have done is I have personalized content on a Webflow site. So I will sign in, and this is the only way I can get to this content. And as you can see, it says, "Hi, Micah." And then another personalized sentence says, "For instance, your favorite color is pink and my favorite color is blue." All this is being pulled in from when I initially set up my my database or my profile. And then it knows my age, and it also knows what I am interested in. And then I'm able to update these items within a profile page. So this is my profile page. If I want to change my favorite color from pink to, let's say, yellow, I can do so. And if I want to change what I'm interested in learning from Principal to, let's say, Webflow only, I can then submit. But before I do so, I need to update my password. So as you can see here, it now shows that my favorite color is yellow, and I am interested in Webflow only. This is really cool. I'm really excited about this. It's something I'm still working on, and as you can see, I'm working out some of the bugs and the kinks, but it's very easy to implement. Especially Knack itself. Knack comes along as just a simple embed that you can add to your website, but this requires a little bit of JavaScript and a little bit of jQuery, and so I'd only offer this for people who have or are interested in learning a little bit of code. Hopefully this was cool and you learned something. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. As usual, let's have a proper send-off. So let's say goodbye as normal. Pretty cool. I hope you liked what I was able to show you in regards to coupling Knack and Webflow together. I'm really excited about this. You'll find within the description a login page where, if you're interested in this, I plan on providing some education material that will really dig in how to create something like this. And I'll be giving away for free how to just manipulate Knack and embed those web applications into your Webflow projects. I'm really excited about this. Planning on creating a blog post. Hopefully all this is helpful and we all level up together. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below.